Welcome back to Plearn English channel. I'm Mila, and I'm happy to have you here with us again. Every week, we bring you simple and enjoyable English conversations that you can listen to anytime and anywhere.
And I'm Evan. Thanks for spending your time with us today. If you're new to this channel, we create friendly conversations in English about everyday topics so you can learn naturally while having fun.
Today's episode is all about hobbies and interests. This is one of the easiest topics to talk about and also one of the most useful ones, whether you're meeting new people, joining a class, or even interviewing for a job.
That's right. When you talk about your hobbies, you show people who you really are. Hobbies tell a story about your personality, your lifestyle, and the things that make you excited.
And the best part is that hobbies are different for everyone. Some people enjoy active hobbies, some like creative hobbies, and some prefer peaceful activities. There's no right or wrong answer.
In today's episode, we'll talk about what hobbies are, why they are important, how hobbies change from childhood to adulthood, and even some useful English phrases you can use to talk about your own hobbies.
We'll also share our personal experiences, some fun facts, and a little Q&A to keep it lively and easy to understand. So if you're looking to improve your English and learn something interesting at the same time, you're in the right place.
So let's begin with a simple question. What exactly is a hobby?
A hobby is an activity you enjoy doing in your free time. It's something you choose to do because it makes you happy, relaxed, or curious. It's not about work or responsibility. It's about enjoyment.
Exactly. A hobby can be almost anything. Reading, cooking, painting, hiking, playing sports, listening to music, or learning new skills. If it brings you joy and you do it regularly, it can be considered a hobby.
Many people think hobbies must be something productive or impressive, but that's not true at all. Even something simple like watching movies or taking a walk can be a hobby.
Yes, and according to a global survey by YouGov, some of the most popular hobbies around the world are reading, listening to music, and gardening. These activities are easy to start and don't require expensive equipment.
That makes sense. People want hobbies that fit naturally into their daily lives. Not everyone has time to learn something very complex.
Another thing about hobbies is that they help us express ourselves. If someone likes photography, it shows they enjoy capturing moments. If someone likes cooking, maybe they enjoy creativity and sharing food with others.
And hobbies can reveal a lot about our personalities. For example, someone who enjoys team sports might like teamwork and social activities. Someone who likes puzzles might enjoy problem solving.
So when we talk about hobbies, we're not just talking about activities. We're talking about parts of ourselves. That's why hobbies are such a great conversation topic, especially in English. People love to share what they enjoy doing.
And it's an easy topic for all levels of English learners. You don't need advanced vocabulary to talk about your hobbies. Simple words and sentences work perfectly.
Exactly. You can just say, I like cooking, or my hobby is drawing. And that already communicates your interest clearly.
So now that we understand what hobbies are, let's talk about how hobbies change as we grow up.
Yes, when I was a kid, most of my hobbies were outdoor activities. I liked riding my bicycle, climbing trees, and playing with friends in the neighborhood. Very active things.
That sounds fun. My childhood hobbies were different. I spent a lot of time drawing and making little handmade crafts. Anything with colors and paper made me excited.
It's common for children to enjoy creative hobbies like drawing or painting because they love exploring new things. Kids are curious and not afraid to try anything.
True. And many children have collection hobbies, too. Some collect stickers, stamps, coins, toys, or even interesting rocks they find outside.
I had a collection hobby too. I collected trading cards. I didn't really understand their value, I just liked seeing the pictures and organizing them into groups.
Childhood hobbies often don't need a goal. You just do them because they're fun. Adults, however, usually choose hobbies for different reasons.
Right. As adults, we think about time, energy, and responsibilities. Many adults choose hobbies that help them relax, like reading, gardening, or watching documentaries.
And some pick hobbies that improve their skills, such as learning languages, practicing photography, or taking cooking classes. Adults often like hobbies that give them a sense of progress.
That's because free time becomes limited. When you have work or family responsibilities, you want your hobby to feel meaningful or refreshing.
But interestingly, some adults return to their childhood hobbies. For example, people who loved drawing as kids sometimes start painting again later in life.
Yes, there's a sense of nostalgia. Returning to an old hobby can make people feel connected to a simpler and happier time.
Hobbies can also change because our lifestyle changes. A busy person might prefer quiet hobbies, while someone needing more social interaction might join group activities or sports.
And technology also influences hobbies. Children now grow up with digital hobbies like gaming, editing videos, taking photos, creating content, and even live streaming, which have become popular for people of all ages.
Yes, especially gaming. It has grown into one of the biggest hobbies globally. Millions of people now play online games with friends from different countries.
Social media also influences modern hobbies. Cooking channels, travel reels, photography accounts, and DIY pages inspire people to try new hobbies at home.
During the pandemic, many people started hobbies like baking bread, growing plants, and exercising at home. Some trends stayed even after life returned to normal.
Baking was really popular. I remember so many people making banana bread or trying new dessert recipes.
Another growing trend is mindfulness hobbies. Things like yoga, meditation, journaling, or simple breathing exercises. People are becoming more aware of mental health.
Yes, hobbies that help people relax are rising in popularity. Life can be stressful, so people are searching for activities that bring calmness and balance.
There are also community-based hobbies. Book clubs, board game cafes, and art workshops are very common in many cities.
And no matter where you go, you will find people who enjoy sports. Football, basketball, cycling, and running are still huge hobbies in many countries.
What's interesting is that hobbies today are more diverse than ever. There is something for every personality, lifestyle, and interest.
Exactly. Whether it's physical, creative, digital, social, or relaxing, the world of hobbies keeps growing and evolving.
Now that we've looked at popular hobbies around the world, let's talk about why hobbies are actually important in our daily lives. Now let's talk about why hobbies are important. People often think hobbies are just for fun, but they actually play a big role in our lives.
Yes, one of the biggest benefits is stress relief. When you do something you enjoy, your mind takes a break from daily responsibilities. It helps you relax and recharge.
Many studies show that hobbies can improve mental health. Activities like painting, gardening, or playing an instrument can help you stay present and reduce anxiety.
Physical hobbies are great for the body, too. Things like swimming, dancing, yoga, or cycling help improve heart health, flexibility, and overall fitness.
And social hobbies help people build connections. Joining a book club, a sports team, or a cooking class can help you meet new friends and feel part of a community.
There are also cognitive benefits. Learning new skills keeps the brain active. Hobbies like learning a language, reading, or playing chess improve memory and problem-solving abilities.
And hobbies can give us a sense of accomplishment. When you finish a book, complete a painting, or learn a new recipe, it feels rewarding. You feel proud of yourself. And interestingly, hobbies can boost productivity. When you take time to relax or enjoy something, your mind becomes clearer and you can focus better on work afterward.
That's true. Rest is an important part of being productive, and hobbies provide that natural break.
Hobbies can even improve self-confidence. When you learn a new skill or get better at something over time, you start to feel more capable.
And they help with emotional balance. After a stressful day, doing something relaxing or enjoyable can help reset your mood.
Hobbies also create a sense of identity. When you tell someone you love photography or hiking, it gives people a small picture of who you are.
Exactly. Hobbies help us understand ourselves. They show what we value, what makes us curious, and what brings us joy.
So, hobbies are not just activities, they are an important part of a healthy and balanced life.
Now that we know the benefits, let's move on to something practical. How to talk about your hobbies in English.
Yes, and the good news is that the sentences are simple. You don't need complicated grammar to talk about your interests.
One of the easiest ways is to say I like, followed by an activity. For example, I like cooking, or I like swimming.
Another common structure is I enjoy plus a verb ending with ing. For example, I enjoy reading or I enjoy hiking in the mountains.
You can also say my hobby is, for example, my hobby is gardening, or my hobby is playing the guitar.
There's also I'm interested in. For example, I'm interested in photography or I'm interested in learning languages.
And if you want to give more details, you can use sentences like, I started this hobby when I was a child. I usually do this hobby on weekends. This hobby helps me relax. I like this hobby because it's fun.
These patterns are simple, but they help you sound natural when you talk about your hobbies.
For example, Mila, how would you describe one of your hobbies using these phrases?
I would say I enjoy indoor gardening. I started this hobby a few years ago, and I usually spend time with my plants in the morning. It helps me start my day calmly.
That sounds nice. For me, I could say, I like cooking. I usually try new recipes on weekends. It's fun and it makes me feel creative.
See, with these simple patterns, you can describe your hobbies clearly and confidently.
And the more you talk about them, the more fluent you become. Hobbies are a great topic to practice English because they're personal and easy to talk about.
Now that we've learned the useful sentences, let's have a fun Q&A to show how hobbies can become a lively conversation. Now let's have a quick Q&A about hobbies. I'll ask you some questions first, Evan. What is your favorite hobby right now?
My favorite hobby at the moment is cooking. I enjoy trying new dishes every week and learning different techniques.
What was the last dish you cooked?
I made homemade ramen. The broth took many hours, but the final result was really satisfying. What about you, Mila? What hobby are you into these days?
Recently, I've been into indoor gardening. I have small plants around my room, and I enjoy taking care of them every day.
That sounds peaceful. How many plants do you have?
I think around 10, but I always feel like buying more. Maybe I need a bigger room.
If you had unlimited free time, what new hobby would you start?
I would learn pottery. I like watching videos of people making bowls and cups on a pottery wheel. It looks calming.
Pottery is a beautiful hobby. If I had unlimited free time, I would learn to play the violin. I love the sound, but it seems very challenging.
It is challenging, but it's also very expressive. What hobby would you like to try but feel a little scared of?
I would say rock climbing. I want to try it, but I'm not very comfortable with heights.
I understand that. For me, it's surfing. I like the idea of riding waves, but the ocean feels powerful, so I haven't tried it yet.
There are many hobbies that look exciting, but also a bit scary at first.
Yes, and sometimes fear disappears once you try it, but sometimes the fear stays, so maybe it's better to choose a safer hobby.
True. Hobbies should help you feel good, not stressed.
Exactly. Now that we shared some fun questions and answers, let's talk about how to find a new hobby that suits you.
Some listeners might be thinking, I want a new hobby, but I don't know where to start. So let's hear some simple tips to help people find hobbies that fit their lifestyle.
The first tip is to follow your curiosity. If something catches your attention, even just a little, it might be worth trying. Curiosity is usually the first sign that an activity could become a hobby.
Yes, for example, if you always enjoy watching cooking videos, Maybe you should try cooking. If you keep looking at travel photos, maybe exploring your own city could be a new hobby.
The second tip is to start small. You don't need to invest a lot of money or time. Try spending just 10 or 15 minutes a day on the activity you are interested in.
That's important. Many people think they need to be experts from the beginning, but hobbies are meant to be slow and enjoyable. You learn step by step.
The third tip is not to worry about being good at it. A hobby is for your happiness, not for competition. It's okay to be a beginner.
Yes, some of the best hobbies are the ones people do just because they enjoy the process, not because they want perfect results.
The fourth tip is to try both indoor and outdoor hobbies. Sometimes you think you prefer staying inside, but then you discover you enjoy hiking, or you think you're a sporty person but end up loving drawing.
The fifth tip is to explore online communities. There are groups for every hobby imaginable: photography, fitness, writing, music, languages, crafting, and so much more.
These communities can give you inspiration, motivation, and ideas. You don't have to explore a hobby alone.
The sixth tip is to choose a hobby that fits your lifestyle. If you are very busy during the week, choose something simple and relaxing. If you have lots of energy, choose something active.
The seventh tip is to try hobbies that help your well-being. For example, meditation, journaling, yoga, stretching, or simple breathing practices can help you relax after a long day.
And the final tip is to be open-minded. Sometimes the hobby you never expected to enjoy becomes your favorite.
Exactly. You might try an activity just once and realize it's something you want to continue for years.
Hobbies are personal and unique. There is no perfect hobby for everyone, but there is always a hobby that fits you.
Now that we've shared tips for finding a new hobby, let's wrap up today's episode.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. We hope our conversation helped you think about your own hobbies and maybe inspired you to try something new.
Remember, hobbies don't have to be big or impressive. They just need to make you feel happy, relaxed, or creative. Even a few minutes a day can make a big difference.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow our podcast so you won't miss future conversations.
And if you try a new hobby because of this episode, we'd love to hear about it. Share your experience with us. We always enjoy reading your messages.
Thank you for spending your time with us today.
We'll see you again in the next episode.